These are the stories
My little girl, she's changing lives just by being herself.
of organizations and people making a difference.
When you first tell someone about adaptive wheelchair boxing, it doesn't sound real.
And empowering others
It saved my life. It saved my life.
across Canada
I scored my first goal in my first blind hockey game.
in our community.
Volleyball has always been my absolute favorite sport. When I lost my left leg to bone cancer, I thought I would never play again. Wow, I have never been more wrong.
Defense, where are you? Let's go! Good job.
I had never heard of sitting volleyball. I had never seen it in any capacity, so it just sounded like made up.
You sit on your butt on the ground and you're in weird positions, doing weird things.
It was a pretty big transition from playing on my feet to now playing on my butt.
And people kind of like give us the side eye, what's happening over there, but then they sit down and they try it and they're like, this is so much fun.
Sitting volleyball is pretty similar to standing volleyball, so you have 6 people on each side of the court. Bump, set, spike, and block the ball. The biggest difference is that you have to have part of your butt or torso on the ground when you contact the ball. The court is a little bit smaller.
With a shorter net. We go to the Paralympic Games, but it's sitting volleyball that we play. No, our athletes aren't in wheelchairs, they're sitting on the ground, they take their prosthetics off. Athletes use the limbs that they have to push around on the court. They're able to dive, they're able to play the ball with 1 arm, 2 arms.
We have 2 different classes of athletes. So we have a lesser disabled athletes, so not necessarily amputees, but people with mobility issues, maybe missing some of their muscle mass. You can only have 1 minimal disability on the court at one time, but you can have 2 people on your roster. And my favorite rule is you can block a serve in sitting volleyball.
It's just so fast-paced.
It is very dynamic. We are as competitive and as high performance as any other team that is competing at the Olympics, and we want to win. My name is Nicole and I'm 36 years old, and I'm the head coach for the Canadian women's sitting volleyball team. I've been with the program since 2015.
Doesn't matter if she called it. Just dig the ball. See, she calls it and doesn't dig it. So it doesn't matter if you dive in front of her. You're not sorry. You're just playing volleyball. 1. Just play. Just go. We got to stop worrying about other people.
I'm very intense. I'm very passionate. I would describe myself as a coach as competitive, of course, and driven to win, but also as the type of leader that puts the athletes first and tries to create a culture where people can thrive. And something that I always talk about is people want to know that you care before they care what you know.
It's got to be higher and closer to the net.
I want the athletes on this team to feel empowered to bring their best selves to the team. And sometimes that takes a little bit of pushing and takes a little bit of growing from myself and from the athletes, but I do really think that that's something that is unique maybe about our program and about the leadership style that I have.
I didn't sign up for easy, and if you did, you know what I'm going to say. So why are we responding negatively? Play volleyball. No one said you can't make errors. But back free balls over the net, that doesn't win you any volleyball games against any team in the world. Watch out. Where's that team?
For the first time ever, we're no longer the underdog when we play the majority of the teams. The time that I've been with the program, we've gone from 16th to 11th to 9th to 5th, and now we're 3rd in the world. The goal is to medal at the Paralympics, but the first step is to qualify for the Paralympics.
My name is Danielle Ellis. I'm 31. I'm from White Rock, BC, and I am the captain of Team Canada. So at 2 weeks old, I was diagnosed with rhabdomyosarcoma, a type of tissue cancer, and at 2 months and 2 days old, I had my foot amputated above the ankle. I played able-bodied sports all growing up. I actually didn't know about disabled sport or parasport, adaptive sport in any capacity. For me, it's just always wanting to be the best athlete, the best person, the best out there. As soon as the women's sitting was introduced into the Paralympics, I said, okay, let's give it a try. And so I was at the first inaugural women's sitting volleyball practice that started in the spring of 2008. It was definitely weird to get started, but for me it's just the exhilaration of playing a fast-paced sport. We went to Sao Paulo in 2011 for our qualifier for the 2012 Paralympic Games, and we didn't qualify. I got frustrated and overwhelmed at the fact that we weren't competing at the level that I wanted us to be competing at, so I quit. I went back to school and got a job and got a house and a partner and all of the things, and just kind of realized that the one thing that was still missing in my life was sport again, so came back.
We need to lean on what has worked over time. And what has worked over time is our style of play.
I think in those beginning years from 2008 all the way, I would say, until 2016, 2018, was just the building of the program. You know, parasport in Canada is so small, and there's volleyball in Canada, period, is really quite small. So the ability for us to get athletes and get this high performance culture that we've been driving for was really a trial. So we're here now and it's really exciting to see, but it is a completely different team. Every person on this team puts in all of the effort that they can to succeed and to be the best team that they can. And I feel very fortunate to be able to play beside each of them. Our teammates are from all across Canada, Vancouver to Montreal, and from all ages, as young as 20 and as old as 40-ish. I think they'd kill me if I said their age.
So Danielle and I have been together since the start. We had our first training camp together, and I'm her volleyball wife and she's my volleyball husband. My name's Jolan Wong. I'm 33 years old. I live in Pembroke, Ontario, and I'm a Libero on Team Canada. When I was 12 years old, I had bone cancer and then my right leg amputated. When my prosthetic's off, you can see that the upper part of my leg is a calf, and then I have a backwards foot that works as a knee joint. I've always loved sports and played sports. Myself and one other athlete on my high school volleyball team that had a disability, and our coach reached out to Volleyball Canada to see if there was a program for adaptive sport for volleyball, and it was just starting in Canada. So we flew out to Surrey, BC and did like a try-it day, and I've been playing ever since. Just being with other people that have a disability, already you feel included, and other people are going through the same things with getting new prosthetic legs or having what we call a bad leg day, like you have nerves acting up or something, and being able to speak to someone who gets that as a teammate on the court and off the court is just a huge thing that I don't think you do experience, because the disability community isn't huge in the world. So through the 15 years that I've been on the team, I've had 3 kids. I've brought my 10-year-old daughter and my 3-month-old son to training camp. My kids often come because we homeschool. Our program has been so flexible with me having them here, and if I need to take time to be with them, I can. Like, I think that's the biggest thing in sport, to see that that's an acceptable thing for women to do. I love so many things about this team. Like, the women that are part of this program are just incredible people. It's pretty cool when you're like, ooh, I recruited that athlete, or I recruited that athlete. It is interesting how some players are recruited, like Heidi still going through cancer treatment, and I'm like, hey, we have this sport for when you're good to go. I just remember her not wanting me to be in there. Heidi would have nothing to do with me.
My name is Heidi Peters. I'm 28 years old. I'm an outside attacker for Team Canada, and I live in Edmonton, Alberta. The first thing I do when I get out of bed is put my leg on. I'm unfortunately not an athlete all the time. I wish I could do nothing but play volleyball, but I am a full-time student. I go to MacEwan University. I'm studying political science. A typical morning for me is always starting my coffee pot first. I have to get some schoolwork done. It's really, really hard to balance. When I was 16, I was diagnosed with bone cancer, and I ultimately had to have my left leg amputated below the knee. I met Jolan about a month after I lost my leg. I know I wasn't interested. I know in general I had already grieved the loss of volleyball. I thought I would never play again or play the way I wanted to again. I hadn't particularly tried. I wasn't like learning to walk again then, but I moved to Edmonton, went to university, and I saw my friends in university like playing rec volleyball, and I was like, just kind of like couldn't get rid of the itch of it. And about a year after I met Jolan, I tried sitting volleyball for the first time and fell in love with it. It was immediately a sense of community and immediately a way to be competitive again, but play my favorite sport. I'm from a small town. I didn't know anybody with a disability when I lost my leg. and to then come into a room with like 10 girls who also love volleyball, who are also competitive, who also don't have legs. Like, it's immediately, you can talk about all the things of life and just have a sense of community right away. I love being part of this program more than I can even put into words. It pushes me every day. Every day I go to practice and I just hopefully get better and fail lots in the middle of that, but get better, and I do it for myself, for my own growth, but I do it for my teammates too, and we're all making that sacrifice and we're all working towards a common goal, and there is literally no better feeling than seeing that all come together on court in big moments.
My name is Melenka. I'm 24 years old. I'm from Vegreville, Alberta, and I am a setter/middle on Team Canada. I actually did know about the team, but I had no idea that I could play for the team. I have a muscle impairment on my right leg, so I actually lost about 40% of my muscle knee down, so just in my calf. So it looks like I am fully able-bodied. I have all my limbs. I have less muscle movement, less range of motion, just less everything in general. It's a really weak leg for me. I'm considered a minimal on the team. When I first started playing, I didn't really know how to move. I had so many limbs all over the place. I didn't know how to move around my legs. Playing does give me some pain, so I try and eliminate any type of use on my right leg. Suffering with my kind of a disability, I go down the street and everybody thinks I'm fine, but being able to come into this environment where people understand why I'm in pain or why I'm maybe limping that day or why maybe I can't do that movement is really special.
My name is Jennifer Oakes. I'm 25 years old. I live in Brooks, Alberta, and I'm a setter for Team Canada. So when we get to the gym, when we're going to train, we all start getting ready, we take off our legs and they're lined up beside us on court, and that's just how it is. You don't need any type of aid or any mobility to help you compete in this sport. Lots of sports you need a wheelchair or you need a fancy prosthetic, and with sitting volleyball it's just you, how you are. 8 years ago I was in a boating accident, and the injuries that I got from the accident resulted in me getting my leg amputated below the knee. While I was recovering from my amputation, I learned about sitting volleyball. I was really excited about the idea of it. There was some hesitancy whether I wanted to pursue my standing career more or sitting, but I think there was just so much opportunity for sitting, and I'm just really lucky to be a part of this program and to be a part of the para world and to be able to go to huge competitions like all over the world is amazing. I think every athlete kind of has the Olympic dream in mind, and mine definitely turned into a Paralympic dream pretty quickly on. Our goal for this year is to make it to the Paris Paralympics, and we are working our butts off right now to get there.
Our community will return after the break. We now return to our community.
Okay, quick gratitude, and then we'll get going.
One thing that really makes our team unique, I think, is the gratitude circles that we do at the first practice of every day.
One of our previous coaches did her research on gratitude and how if you discuss that you're grateful for things, you'll actually perform better.
Okay, activation dynamic.
It just allows us to show up, start the day off a little bit of cheer, a little bit of excitement, and then get going into our practices.
Our training camp schedules are really intense. We are on court twice a day, every day. Our training camps are always in Edmonton at the same training center. They last about 4 to 6 days, and they are every 4 weeks. Every training camp is a little bit different, what we focus on. The closer we get to a major competition, we're primarily doing gameplay the whole time during training camp and drills that replicate gameplay, game plans.
Welcome. It's good to have most of us here, and we're going to build off of what we did last camp.
Our coaches and our higher ups in our program have all said that we have probably the best game planning in the world.
And so I think it's really, really important that as a group, we have a very clear defined, this is our style of play, this is how we're going to win and how we're going to qualify. Off-court training. So this specifically would be your conditioning, your lifting, what Molly has you doing when you're at home. Tying your nutrition into this is really, really important as well. when we get to the end of the event or when we get to the end of the game, we're peaking because we're in better physical condition and then can perform mentally. We talked a bit about this last camp, than the opponent. We can wear them out. When we go to fifth sets, we can wear out teams, but you got to put in the work. And
our game planning has really evolved since the Tokyo Paralympics. We're one of 2 teams in the world that have an analyst that travels and codes all of the matches, and therefore we're able to take that data, and each coach on our team creates part of the game plan. So we have an offensive plan, we have a defensive plan, we have a serving plan, and then we present that to the athletes in a video session that's maximum 45 minutes. We pride ourselves in that because I've seen other programs game planning, or I know that other programs aren't even watching video. So it's something that we think we have an edge on a lot of the world. Not everybody, because the top teams are doing game planning. But we also have live coding that's happening in the game that's coming to an iPad that we have on the bench. So we run video delay and we get statistics live. That allows us to make in-match adjustments. We're performing at a high level and competing, and we want to win.
It's okay, I'm only lifting 90 pounds today instead of 120.
Yes, that's
going
okay.
light because we're training for 6 hours today.
Yes.
We have multiple things we do besides train on the court.
We have physio sessions. Our physio is always available for us, so she's there to lead warm-up. Our strength and conditioning coach also comes to camp. She leads lifts 2 mornings out of the training camp. She also leads a lot of the warm-up and cool-down. We have mental performance sessions with a mental performance coach.
We have a dietitian that works with us. So with Nicole taking care of the whole person rather than just the athlete, I think we see a lot more commitment from each individual athlete.
We will qualify for the Paralympics. I truly believe that, and I think each person in this group does, but it's going to take a lot of work. We're willing to put in that work. When you're at home, when you're tired, when you don't want to do that workout, be brave, get up, lean on someone if you need, but it's going to put us ahead of the competition.
We're able to keep competing and keep building, and with that we've been to 2 Paralympic Games under Nicole's leadership, and we had never been to any Paralympics before that.
We do try to have a holistic approach to our team and to our program. Off-court cohesion has always been a staple, and we just find that time allows us to learn who people are off-court, and then that allows us to even be able to push together and hold each other accountable on-court.
The Canadian team does have something special. We have some type of bond that I haven't really seen in other teams.
Our athletes like actually hanging out together, so the girls from out of town stay together at Airbnbs, hang out, make dinner together. We, as well as that, have team building activities where we go out, do activities together just to build connection even more.
It's just like little things like that that I think builds this culture that we've created, and it's an amazing thing to be a part of.
This team is just like another family. Like, I've seen so many girls come in, myself included, and just immediately find a sense of belonging and comfort. Especially we have a younger team, and it's not very common to know young people with disabilities and to have that kind of connection. In training, there was a young girl with one hand, and she saw us playing, and my teammate Annie has the same disability, and the young girl, we could all like hear her that were on the sideline. We could hear her being like, oh, that girl's like just like me, like what? And just such like an organic moment, all crying. Like that, if like that's it, like that's worth it.
I've played on the team since I was 16 years old, so it shaped me into, I think, a teammate and a leader, and kind of drives me to where I want to go in life.
They're much more than just athletes. Pretty much everyone on our team has something else. So they have a family at home, they have a job, they're in school, and all of that makes them show up every single day and want to do what they want to do. So including those other things into our culture and into our team is really, really important. Jolan is here at camp with her child, who is 3 months old, and that's exciting, and the whole team has embraced that. And I truly believe will allow us to perform better, knowing that we have support across all aspects of life.
I totally think we're like a family. It's pretty incredible to be part of.
Our community will return after the break. We now return to our community.
The Paralympics, a lot of people don't even know the word. And before the Tokyo Games, I made shirts that say, Let's make the Paralympics a household name. And so myself, as an ally and as a coach of these athletes, I really want to spread the word on, don't call the athletes Olympians or that we're going to the Olympics. And the reason that we're proud is because it is a different game and the girls are proud to represent their disabilities, to show youth that they can do that one day as well. And then secondary to that, what is sitting volleyball? A lot of people don't know what that is either. We're piloting 2 identification camps that will be in Toronto and Montreal. And we're hoping to get future athletes out to try the sport and then build our development program.
And the dream would be to have 30, 40 girls in the program, to have a whole development team, to have 20 people competing for a 12-person roster and things like that. That just automatically makes us better.
It's amazing to go down to the USA and they have a full-time training center at one of the universities down there, and I would love to see that for the sitting volleyball program in Canada one day.
I think that if people get on board and if people start funding this, if people start promoting this, it's only going to grow. But yeah, I hope that when I leave this program, everyone across the country is like, wow, sitting volleyball is a sport I want to play.
I can't wait to be on a big stage. Again, fingers crossed, at the Paralympic level. It means literally everything. I wish I could bottle that feeling up. If I could tell my 16-year-old or 17-year-old self what I accomplished and where I am now, it is a literal dream.
So our next tournament is the World Cup in Egypt, and our goal there is to qualify for the Paralympics.
So wish us luck.
After filming this documentary, the team went on to compete in Egypt. And the Canadian women's sitting volleyball team qualified for the Paris Paralympic Games. Produced by Honeycut Studios. Photos courtesy Canadian Paralympic Committee. Narrator Mark Phoenix. Integrated Described Video Consultant Ron Rickford. Supervising Producer Jennifer Johnson. Content Development Specialist Jim Crisco. Director Programming Lisanne Gagne. Director Content Development and Production Kara Nye. Vice President Content Development and Operations John Melville. President and CEO David Arrington. Copyright 2024 Accessible Media Inc.
An AMI original production.